Gosh, this is like going down memory lane right now. Hey guys, how's it going? Shaun Allen here. Today I am celebrating, or at least for the next several days, I will be celebrating my 4-year anniversary on YouTube. This is unbelievable. I've never thought I would even imagine being this far into YouTube right now. Anyways, this has been quite a journey, and I'm about to show you guys where this all began. We're going to be watching my very first YouTube video. Back when I first started YouTube, I didn't have the Disneyland Video Series. I actually had a different channel called Shaun Allen Films, which eventually became Shaun Allen Films, the educational series. Yes, that was actually my very first channel on YouTube. So about a month later, I then opened up another, or should I say started up another channel called the Vlog Series. But that was originally called Shaun Allen Films 2. Then in March of 2013, I started my third channel, the Disneyland Video Series. Only back then, it was called Shaun Films 3. Oh, and I can't forget about this one. And like a couple years later, I then started the Travel Town series with the Travel Town Museum. So, anyways, I just thought I'd share with you guys what happened with the channels. And now, I'm about to watch my very first episode of the educational series, which is also my very first video on YouTube. This is going down memory lane, you guys. Here we go. There's that same logo right there. After 4 years, I'm still using it, and you can hear the heartbeat too, because this is the educational series. Now, believe it or not, I animated this. This is the human body title sequence, and the red blood cells I animated and colored them. Hi everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Shaun Allen Films, the educational series. Over the next several videos, we're going to be exploring the wonderful world of the human body. Get ready for some excitement, suspense, and most important, a great learning experience. Okay, right there. I have to stop right there because this obviously is my very first video, and if you can't already tell, there's no microphone. Literally within like the first 10 videos, or maybe 7 videos or whatever, I didn't have a microphone for these videos, so the sound quality wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but I believe, if I remember correctly, whenever I did like title sequences, or if a picture came up and you heard my voice, that's because I either used a camera or I used a different microphone for those sections of the video. And the lighting too, it was actually the lighting that I used to have up here on the ceiling, because those were the only lights that I had, and that's technically what I really used throughout the entire educational series. And I did get some other lights later on down the road when I started using my GoPro, but with this amount of lighting here, it's definitely really bright. But as you can see, I'm still wearing my Shaun Films hat, which I have right here. I haven't worn this in a long time because of all the sweat that's been building up here. But yeah, and the blue background, I still have that. It's still hanging up on the closet. That's actually me in front of the closet. So yeah, okay, let's continue on. Now, this is going to be a very big task for me, so I asked a couple of people to help me out. Here they are. Professor Word.
Hello.
If I remember correctly, that was my fold-out table.
I'm here to give you some important information about the human body. Believe me, there is a lot to learn.
Oh, I believe you.
The body isn't just composed of blood, brains, and bones. There is so much more to the human body that meets the eye. Much more.
I'm laughing because of how much stuff is now being used on my display. Like, I still have the dinosaur display, but as you can see, it's a much, well, this is all messed up, but it's a lot more elaborate. This was actually my drawers at one point, and the table is actually supposed to be a desk, but it's a fold-out table. The rifle in the background is the replica of the Revolutionary War rifle. I've had like multiple versions of that character. There's been videos where he's had like a really scraggly look, some with a goatee, sometimes with a mustache. Now he just has a goatee as his normal routine. Plus this sweatshirt, or the sweater, is now one of his normal costumes, and it's just hilarious to see him like this. And those glasses too, those are actually my very first pair of glasses I ever got. I believe I started wearing glasses when I was in 4th grade. Anyway, let's keep watching. Ah ha ha! There's a familiar face.
I'm Professor Bio Kim. As you can tell by my name, I love biology and chemistry. And I also enjoy performing experiments. During the course of this series, we'll be performing some basic experiments and even look at microscopic images under a microscope. Some experiments can be fun, while some can be extremely dangerous. So, if you're under the age of 18, it's best that you get help from your parents or your teachers. I mean, trust me, it's better to get professional help in case you don't know what you're doing.
That device right there on the right, it took forever.
Oh, come on, work. Okay, let's get started.
That's supposed to be like a Bunsen burner, but it was never connected to anything.
Our body is like a machine. It takes in energy, gets rid of waste, heals wounds, fights off bacteria, and, well, the list goes on. If we didn't have one of our organs, well, our bodies would cease to function. If we didn't have our heart, our blood wouldn't be able to circulate throughout our veins and arteries. If we didn't have our brain, we wouldn't be able to think, breathe, talk, or even move our body. If we didn't have our skeleton, vital organs wouldn't have protection against impact. Now, we can't cover the entire human body in just one video. I still have that skeleton, but it's broken. So we've broken up this series into several sections, so that way you can figure out what part goes with which system. The different systems of the body include the integumentary system,
that took me forever.
Skeletal system, muscular system, nervous system, circulatory system, respiratory system, digestive system, urinary system, lymphatic system, and endocrine system.
Just very quickly, I just wanted to point out that I ended there with endocrine system and I didn't say anything about the reproductive system. That's because this series was basically meant for a younger generation or younger audience, so I didn't really think it was my place to really talk about the reproductive organs because it just, it didn't seem like it was a kid-friendly subject. So I decided that for that, I was going to create a video such that I was going to explain the reason why I wasn't going to be talking about the reproductive system, because I didn't want my videos to get flagged or anything like that, because, there's some things about the reproductive system that are very, shall we say, private, so I didn't think a younger audience would really get that whole subject. And I have gotten responses from not just, people that are using this for homeschool, but I've also gotten comments from other teachers and professors who have actually used these videos in classes. So, I remember this one time I got this one comment from some professor, it was a teacher in, I think, New Jersey, that had his entire class watch my videos for the educational series. That was really cool. And again, something like that, it'd be fine for these videos, but I just didn't think I should really talk about the reproductive system because I didn't think it was my place to tell kids what this is and what it does and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I left that up to the parents, so I'm not planning on doing that. So, let's continue.
Now, we must remember this. Even though all the organs of the body have different functions, they also have specific jobs. Take it from me, Professor Word.
Okay.
That you might want to review the videos just to be sure that you know how each organ in the body works.
Don't worry, I'll review them.
Also, be aware that certain organs are composed of completely different substances.
Yep.
For example, our skin cells are not the same as our bone cells. Don't worry. We will be looking at each individual cell and tissue of the body so as to get a clear idea as to what makes up an organ.
I keep forgetting to talk about this because I think it's important. So, originally my educational series was just going to have myself and Professor Word, but as time went along, as I was writing the scripts, I actually had Professor Word doing some of the so-called laboratory experiments, but I just felt like for Professor Word,
since he's the one that likes to do things more serious, I just felt like he shouldn't do that sort of thing. I wanted to have a character that was in a laboratory. Here he is in an office, and he's got like a microscope or something.
I just didn't feel like Professor Word should do that. So, literally, this character, Professor Biochem, was a last-minute character. And I thought of him really fast. I went through this whole audition process in my head as to what kind of a character it should be. And at first, he was supposed to be kind of like a mad scientist type character. I mean, you can kind of you can kind of see that with the goggles on his head and his suit. But he was supposed to be very intelligent. But he also had to be a little bit not so careful in some areas. So he may be a little clumsy, but he's definitely somebody you can listen to and really get some good pointers from. But still, the set was actually my dresser top, and I purchased a whole bunch of laboratory equipment like these stands, these beakers and everything, the Bunsen burner and test tubes, and I created a laboratory in my room. It was just incredible. And the device you see on the to my left on the right side of the screen. I had that for maybe a couple of episodes, but I just tossed it because it took forever to reposition, and sometimes it would fall over, and I just got really scared that it would fall over and break because that's blue water, and I didn't want it to stain the floor, so I only had that for like maybe a few episodes, and then it was gone. But still, it was very cool.
Here is just a sample of what you will be experiencing as we learn about the human body.
I had to remove the audio from this because YouTube actually had an issue with the audio track from this portion of the video. It was weird because when I... well, hold on, I think I'm coming back in just a second. Oh, no, I can't actually have the audio playing for the rest of the video because it goes throughout the entire video. But basically, this is how I end the video. I said, if you guys like what you see, then, you know, subscribe to my channel and watch more educational videos. But basically, when I first uploaded this video, I wasn't a YouTube partner at that time. I think I was like a YouTube partner like maybe a few months later. And what happened was that I tried to monetize this video, and what happened was that for some reason, YouTube thought I was using somebody else's soundtrack, and it gave me a sample as to what the soundtrack, you know, sounded like, and it didn't sound anything like what the music I have on this video. So it was like, what happened? And they didn't let me monetize it. Well, 3 years later, I look at this video, and the so-called claim is gone, so I was able to monetize my video. But seriously, I felt like I was going to get my first like YouTube copyright strike or something just based off of my first video, but still, that actually got me a little scared. So, yeah, so, oh, it says bloopers are now available. I don't remember if I actually posted bloopers. Did I really post bloopers? I might have to check that out and see what it is, but... Well, there you go, you guys. That is my very first video on YouTube. If you guys liked the video, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button, favorite the video, show your friends, and of course, subscribe to my channel. Disneyland Video Series is greatly appreciated. As you can see, I've come a long way since those videos. And I've probably gained a few pounds, too.